Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Beautiful, crisp morning. Absolutely love the weather right now to beat the heat. I want to talk about silver. I want to talk about a squeeze that's happening right now. And before I start with this, because we're going to talk about Britannias, we're going to talk about silver. We're going to talk about a lot of things silver. We're going to talk about the premiums that are exploding on Britannias, anything with the Queen's face on it. We're going to talk about what to do with your silver when you want to go buy a house. I get that question a lot, okay? But first, I want to remind you of something. I've got this, I want to change the narrative on owning silver because I think it's very valuable and important. So many people like yourself, at one point, you did not know anything about silver. You never held a silver coin. You didn't know its value. So what I want to do is people take a photo and give an ounce of silver away during Christmas to a child and put it in their stocking. And I want people to take that coin that you've picked, put it on a piece of paper and write hashtag silver in my stocking, or I want silver for Christmas, but I want to get that hashtag when you go and put it on social media and share it out anywhere and every social media you can. Also in the description, hashtag silver in my stocking. Let's get this going and literally give an ounce of silver to a child instead of a video game or a trinket. It's something that they'll hold on to, and guys, it will come off the market for quite some time. If you guys know what I mean. If you guys get this trending, I believe you can actually see a shift in the market, all right? So first off, we're gonna talk about premiums and what's going on because premiums have been elevated ever since 2020 and the economy was shut down, forced to be shut down. And there's a lot of fear in the markets that the markets were gonna crash, right? Well, we've obviously seen a multi-year dead cat bounce, and now we're seeing the market again go into issues. And this is the big one, in my opinion. And it's gonna take months and months and months to go through and to find those lower lows. And we're going to be in the thick of it. But on the eve of the Queen passing, now the Queen was the longest living monarch in history, I believe. Her face has been on these coins, Britannias, both silver and gold, for a long time, right? And at any point, people could just, buy them. But because of her death, I was talking to my broker the other day, and she goes, man, we should have bought more, to have more inventory. And I go, what do you mean? And she said, we've literally had 2 price increases in their cost to buy these, 50 cents one whack and 50 cents in another, going up just in their premiums because the demand was so great, people ran out and bought them. Now, I believe you're seeing a lot of people that have never bought a silver coin run out into the market, and because of the Queen's death, go and buy a silver coin. And I'll be honest with you, I'm all for it, because if that's what it took to get somebody to buy a silver coin, it might enlighten them, and they may like, oh, well, what is this? This is pretty cool. Once they get it, like, wow, this is cool. It's heavy. It's real. It doesn't feel like a paper dollar or a paper euro, and or a pound. They might actually start researching and then go buy more. So that's exciting. But there's an article out of the Hedge, and it's entitled "Queen Elizabeth's Death Puts a Squeeze on Already Tight Bullion Coin Market." It says there was an immediate and dramatic surge in demand for gold and silver bullion coins bearing the Queen's effigy upon her passing. And this is a news that came out of Australia, I always screw that up. Said collectors are scrambling to get their hands on coins with Queen Elizabeth's face as prices skyrocket after her death. The owner of a Melbourne coin shop called the demand for coins with Queen's likeness insane. And I can actually back that up because my personal broker said it the day it was happening. She said, holy cow, there's so much demand. The wholesale price keeps rising because people are running in and buying up everything they can. And you gotta laugh at a certain point because, those coins are around forever. And what was happening right now, because of someone's death and they want to collect something, this is exactly akin to what I've been telling you guys for 2 years now, since the channel's been open, that there will be a day where people will get it and they will rush to go buy physical, and the premiums will literally explode. I quite frankly believe that we are not too far off from watching silver premiums hit 100%. I know it sounds crazy because I think right now some of them are at 30%. When you take the spot price of silver and then you add the amount of premium and you divide it into it, you look at the percentage, right? We had a 100% premium once before in my investing career, and that was in 2008. I saw them when silver went from $19 to, I believe it was $9, and you could not get a silver eagle for less than 20 bucks because the demand was so great. we also saw very high premiums, I believe near 2,000, well, obviously the run up near $50 was pretty massive, but on a percentage basis, it wasn't as great as something that happened in 2015 when premiums exploded and US Mint actually ran out and they just did not have enough silver to keep up with demand, and they actually closed their doors, I wanna say almost 8 weeks before the end of the year. And they used an excuse of retooling. But I believe you're about to see that on a larger scale. Remember, I have a friend, my best friend, Charlie, his uncle owned a coin store in our local town, and he has photos of a line of people during the 1980 mad dash for silver as it was hitting $50, and Paul Volcker was raising rates, and everything was going to total crap in a handbasket because of inflation rising, right? And there was a line around the store. There must have been 50 people just waiting to get their hands on an ounce of silver. And he used to always say, that day's coming again, that day's coming again. He actually passed away about a year ago, and he's not gonna be able to see the second wave. But I remember those photos and remember hearing the stories of how chaotic it was. And there was just so many buyers and not enough sellers of the metal. Well, now we're seeing interest rates completely, they're rising, but they're not staying on pace with exploding inflation. So the thing is do you wanna be late to the party and around that corner? Or do you wanna be early? And it sounds funny, but so many people, they sit there and they go, oh, silver's down $1. I go, yeah, have you seen the premiums? Just go look at the premiums. It's probably almost darn breaking even, because that's what's happening right now in this world. Chaos is about to ensue. As the euro falls and Europe collapses, it translates into crash in America, because that ripple effect is going to go throughout the world. You have the ripple effect that's already started from China and its real estate collapse. How many people are about to rush in? And when I say about, I don't mean next month, next week. You know, it sounds funny. I did a video a while back about food shortages, and I said, I believe that if you're not prepared by the fall, you're going to have issues. And I got some idiot on the thing saying, you said there'd be food shortages by August. I'm uncle, first off, wake up and turn on the news, because they're there. And the food shortages in your town translate to higher prices. That's how it works. But everybody, they expect it to happen on a special day. They can't look at sea change or a cycle and look at it as something larger. They look at like right now. And the question is, are you one of those people? Or are you a bigger thinker going, yep, I see it. I see there's gonna be a day, and I don't wanna be that person waiting in a line, hoping that somebody, think about it, somebody's going, oh, silver's at 50 bucks, silver's at 60 bucks, I'll go sell mine today. And that there'll be enough for sale that it goes all the way through all those people in line and gets to you. Now I wanna close on this. A lot of people ask the question, what am I gonna do with my silver? How do I buy a house? There is not enough silver on earth to go around to everybody's hands. So I do not believe you'll ever see a physical silver currency again. There's just not enough to make coinage for everybody, right? But what will happen, just like anything else, is when it goes up in value, you will simply take that and sell it to a reputable dealer or a coin shop. You will deposit that money into your bank account in whatever currency format it's in, and immediately go buy a home. And that's how it works. There's so many people that think they're gonna take, a bunch of gold and go to escrow and go, I'm gonna buy your house. Can that happen? It can. It totally can. Are you probably gonna get into trouble with the government because the way they want things recorded? Yeah, probably. So it's very simple. When you have something of worth, and I'll give you an example. If you wanna buy your dream house and you've got a bunch of other homes over here that are worth some money and you don't have any money in your bank, what do? Well, I'm gonna sell these other homes to go buy my dream house. It's the same thing. Hey, I've got a Lamborghini in the garage. I ain't doing anything with it, but I'd like to buy this thing over here. I'll sell the Lamborghini and I'll go buy that. It's literally that simple. And the whole point is because it's so rare and so valuable, because so few people have it now. Most of it's all locked up in vaults by wealthy people, right? You're going to take it and you want to sell it to a reputable dealer and then have the money transferred into your account. And you don't do that until you're in escrow or you're about to go buy a house, because you never know when you sell, the stability of the currency that you're dealing with may be very unstable. So you want to lock in an escrow. You might lock in an escrow with a house at $300,000 for 60 days and say, the reason why it's got to be 60 days is I'm about to sell an asset and I need the time for it to transfer over, something like that. But you get my point. Once the asset, the house, is locked in that currency's terms, regardless of how fluctuating that currency is doing, if it's failing or if it's rising, that's now locked in. So now you take your precious metals, you go to a reputable dealer, you sell it to them at a predetermined price, and then they transfer the money into your bank account, and then from your bank account, you put it into escrow. So that's how it's gonna be done. So it's actually quite simple. Guys, throw down in the comment section what you think is gonna happen with the price of silver in the next year with all of this chaos in capital markets and in currency markets. Whew. Wait a minute, is that the same thing? I don't know. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.